You like Overwatch, that's why you're here, right? Or maybe you despise Overwatch and you just want to bask in what I'm about to say. Either way, I really think it's important that you hear this. Please stop playing Overwatch 2. I know. It's a crazy thing to ask right off the bat, especially since you probably don't know who I am. But just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. As you know, Activision Blizzard has been the center of a lot of controversy. Lately, the most notable thing is the review bombing of Overwatch 2 on Steam. Bravo, by the way, guys. I approve. The reason for the review bombing is A, because it's Steam, and we just find it funny, right? And more importantly, B, because of the cancellation of fucking PvE. You know that thing that when Overwatch 2 was announced, they promised, because, you know, that was the entire point of the game? Yeah, PvE, that, yeah? Yeah, so that's not a thing anymore, as most of you probably know. They're not doing it. Now, I imagine most of you guys watching are angry about that, right? Everybody should be. You should fucking be. If you aren't angry, you're a little consumerist baby, alright? I'm angry, and I don't even play the fucking game. So why don't you let me piss you off a little bit more with a theory? What if just maybe in some hypothetical far-off universe, Activision Blizzard never planned on adding a PvE? Or at the very least, in the past couple of years, they completely ditched the fucking idea.
Well, Mr. SlurpBear, that's literally what they admitted, right? Isn't it? That's what they were saying.
Yeah, no. I think it goes deeper than that. Overwatch 2 released a gameplay trailer on November 1st of 2019. That's a while back, ain't it? Abso-fucking-lutely it is. And most of the features that are displayed in that trailer show up in Overwatch 2. Big surprise.
Oh, well, they just probably weren't showing everything. They were just hiding it.
That's capping, you know it, Jeffrey, but I'll leave that up in the air, okay? I'll compromise a little bit. Close to 2 years later, on July 20th of 2021, California sued Activision Blizzard, and lots of nasty shit came out about them, mainly involving sexual harassment and assault, discrimination, and general workplace toxicity. I don't want to get into how bad it allegedly was, but let me just tell you, there was a girl who allegedly killed herself because of it. So, yay! Yippee-ki-yay! What a great fucking company this is already, right? So after learning that despite the review bombing, Overwatch 2 is in a really great place financially, I decided to do a little bit of research. I took a look on Destructoid, and they had a cool little timeline there with all this shit, all these shenanigans, right? So shout out to Destructoid. What I noticed is that leading up to the release of Overwatch 2, Activision Blizzard became less and less apologetic about their treatment of employees, the sexual harassment, the assault, all of that shit. And after Overwatch 2 released, they basically forgot about it.
Okay, Mr. SlurpBear, that's really cool and all, but that just sounds like good business strategy. You can't really blame them for that.
Oh yes, I fucking can, motherfucker! If you think PvE being cancelled had nothing to do with that shit, I'm sorry, you're either biased or dense. Obviously it came out that Blizzard was effectively a big party where you fucking slapped women on the ass and ruined their life and made them kill themselves and everything, but you'd expect them to have worked a little bit, right? Especially considering it's been almost 4 years since the announcement of Overwatch 2. They should at least have a dent in PvE, to the point where they could fucking work on it and in the next couple of years release it, right? Of course they don't. So what I'm suggesting here is that Overwatch 2 was more likely than not rushed out after the allegations came out with no plans of ever completing the PvE. Ever. And they wanted to do that so they could take eyes off the workplace misconduct. Oh yeah, and I've got to throw this in here because this is obviously also a part of it, but loot boxes are not nearly as profitable as the Battle Pass. I am just telling you that right now, especially since they already siphoned $70 out of people for fucking the game, and, you know, only gambling addicts were actually spending money on loot boxes, plus the controversy around loot boxes and gambling. It was the perfect fucking opportunity to switch to the Battle Pass system. Woo, this is great practice, you know? I love manipulating my fucking customers. Woo! Anyway, moving on. I personally believe that once the allegations came to light, all of Blizzard's resources were diverted to damage control. All of them. All just to retain the status of all these higher-up people who turned a blind eye to all this shit. Sure, they changed McCree's name. Yippee-ki-yay. Bitch, that's the bare fucking minimum. If you were buds with Hitler in school, you're not gonna go around parading that shit later on. Obviously the fuck not. It is genuinely the least that they could do. They wanted Overwatch 2 out as soon as possible to create a wave and just drown the controversy. And we let it happen. It wouldn't be as big of a problem as it is for me, if not for the misleading of the consumer entirely. You can't tell me that didn't happen. And also the reasoning behind it. It's scummy. It's scummy as fuck. When Overwatch 2 came out, I made the personal choice upon its release to never ever touch it. I'd already bought Overwatch 1 when I was a wee lad, and I didn't approve of the forced shift in systems for old players, and I had lost all respect for the company, Activision Blizzard, so, you know, it was pretty much an instant decision. I'm not touching this shit. But guess what? There's close to 25 million active players for Overwatch 2. The best that they've seen in fucking years. Obviously, it being free to play, plus the sunk cost fallacy means that a lot of old players are going to stick around because, oh my god, I already spent so much time getting these skins, and the new players are going to fucking come because it's like, dude, it's free, why not, right? Personally, I had Blackwatch Genji, it was my favorite skin ever, and I was so fucking tempted to come back. I was so tempted. Like, bro, I gotta flex this on everybody, right? Well, I was able to stay strong, and I can't blame people for not. I think there's genuinely a lot of people who don't realize how dog shit Overwatch 2 and its handling are. They don't realize how scummy this company is and how supporting them, hurts people working for them, hurts everybody. Now, I think that forced boycotts like what happened with Hogwarts Legacy are just stupid. You effectively alienate your message and you create enemies where there shouldn't be any. So that's why instead of demanding that you uninstall Overwatch 2, that you fucking throw out all your Blizzard merch, that you go and egg their office, I'm just gonna humbly and simply ask, as a small creator with little to no reach or power, if you play Overwatch 2 and can be swayed, please stop playing it. I think Activision Blizzard deserves to fucking crumble. I mean, effectively, they're too big to fail. They're not gonna crumble apart anytime soon, especially after the Microsoft acquisition, but with enough chips in their armor, enough fucking mosquito bites, enough of these little pricks, they'll start hurting at the very least. And I think that's why, if you can, it'd be a great idea to go play games from other studios where, you know, employees don't get their breast milk stolen. Remember Paladins? Yeah, if you're really, really addicted to Overwatch, go play Paladins. I don't know what state it's in. I've never played it, but I'm assuming that's a good alternative. Try Apex Legends. I fucking love Apex. It's in a really good place right now. If you played last season, the matchmaking was awful. It's fixed. And, you know, imagine Overwatch with a higher skill curve and more balanced fights. You can be fucking Superman. And then you've also got Valorant. You know, it's Overwatch but CSGO. If you're into more tactical shooters, I'd go with that. Nothing's ever going to really replace Overwatch for you if you're that in love with it, unfortunately. And again, I can't blame you if you end up going, alright, well, I'm not buying skins. I'm going to keep on playing. I can't blame you, and I don't think you're a bad person for doing that, but you do have to understand that by supporting Overwatch 2, every second you spend in it, you're supporting a company that is an enemy of the people. It's a horrible fucking rapey monster that clings on for dear life and refuses to die. They have continuously denied and denied and denied until they can't deny anymore. And then they continue to do it after everybody's forgotten about everything. Alright, as much as I could continue and would like to continue, because I'm a talkative asshole, I'm gonna end it off here. There's lots of articles on this shit. I would really recommend looking at the Destructoid timeline. I'm gonna link it down below. But thank you for watching. I'm a really small fella. I'm probably not gonna reach anybody, but if this video even gets one person to hold their thought and go, and maybe I shouldn't be playing this. This company's a lot scummier than I thought it was. Then I've accomplished my goal. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my other stuff. If you open my channel, look at the trailer, and don't immediately vomit, hey, maybe consider subscribing as well, you know? Hey. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.